just run potentially even all the way to the grand finals
well,
for a team like Leviatan.
Leviatan would have to go to the grand finals though, as Doug was saying, in order to get there. So it's time for the Samsung match start, load up fast with Samsung SSDs, and we get to watch both of these teams on a map that we have not seen them on at all.
Yeah.
Both teams managing to hide their Corrode until they get to this point. Neither team having it as their permaban. We just haven't got here.
There's plenty of things to pick apart here as we open up, as you mentioned. I mean, we haven't even seen these teams playing on Corrode. Cloud9 opting in to this section. I was speaking to Imi, who was saying, we got a bit of a surprise for the Veto. It's a map that they have been banning, at least they did in the prior week.
A little bit, yeah. And running the Sky here. We're going to see Sky probably from C9 on the first two maps. Probably the only team that likes to run it outside a bind. 5
grouped up as well. Only King to receive, just spotting over the shoulder there, over the box, I should say, just getting the information nice and early, but the wall goes up, and Lev immediately able to reinforce from a moment's notice, off to the side, but they're trying to pop their way in. Cloud9 have open access towards it, but again, that horn is revealing quite a lot. The trades seem to be impeccable here. Leviatan getting ahead of themselves. It's Cloud9 in control completely for this pistol round. King left to see if he can pull off a miracle. King is delivering one. King cannot be stopped. And that pistol round win rate is going to keep on stacking high, leaving net into this 1v2, but from on high, it's King with the pistol round ace.
That is absolutely phenomenal from Lev. How have they pulled that out of absolutely nowhere? King, under a huge amount of pressure, able to isolate 1v1s from elbow. It is remarkable. And leaves him with that iBuyPower ace. Just take another look at this. It's so nice the way that he plays it. And of course, iBuyPower, they're giving away the PCs, as they have been doing, and the $100 Riot gift cards as well. Head in hands for Imi. And follow out iBuyPower on the socials.
It's another thing that's been going wrong for Cloud9 recently, these pistol rounds escaping them.
Well, yeah, there's a massive difference between these two teams in pistol win rates. Cloud9
getting is 68% for Leviatan. 68%.
Well, that's just gone up, hasn't it? Probably more like 70 now. Cloud9 were under 50. They were at 45% prior to just losing that one. God, and that's going to hurt because they were in such a good position. Now, look at this Viper B wall that they're putting down. This indicates to me that their game plan is to do a lot of B pops. We actually saw a very similar plan from Fnatic just earlier today in EMEA. Most teams are going to take mid control a lot, but against teams that don't have the Vice, the B site is going to be quite a bit weaker, and I think Tex is going to be required on B. Once you start to get rifle v rifle rounds happening.
Seeing them sending it though, flying forwards, looking for some early damage, potentially some kills as well. King has to really supplement, try and insert himself into the action, gets himself 2 for the trouble.
He's done well again.
Handed over a few guns though, still it's going to be fast going. Sato trying to make moves off the back of that one with a paranoia to help him out. Gliding left to right, smoke up onto the spike. Mitch has got a hell of a task. He'll try and find an ISO. These fights been into that 1v3. He's already making all sorts of noise here, and it should be a pretty clinical cleanup. Leviatan leading now by 2, only 2 players falling as well for them.
That's really nicely done, and they only lost a Stinger as well. So one player that died had just a pistol in hand, and the other had a Stinger. Another point here as well is that Com didn't have a Seize in that round. Normally, when Com is able to afford that, he's going to have a Seize to try to stop some of these B-pops from going through. So whether it's Tex playing up in front and trying to contest the Viper wall, whether it's the combination of that Snakebite Seize, they do still have options, even without a Vice on this map.
Yo, I thought you were going to ace again, bro.
Oh, he was going to ace it. He only got 2 kills. Calm down.
I mean, you got to gas up your teammates.
Yeah. All right, the Viper wall does go back over towards mid, though, as Cloud9 head towards, their anti-bonus round. So maybe that B wall was only for the beginning. And it has pulled Tex over towards B.
That heavy stack of players, though, for Leviatan.
Yeah.
They understand the importance of mid control in this map.
It's a really nice idea to try to stack towards mid in rounds where you have light weaponry, I think. At the very least, you're going to be able to deny control for the attackers.
Tex's angle.
All on Tex.
It's unorthodox here. The Flash are going to push him back and away, though.
And Oxy has been building up towards a showstopper. They might have a goose egg on the board, but he is only 2 away from getting that online.
Deep Haunt, just from Com, he's re-cleared that A main space. Leviatan also just fully inserted in through mid.
Yeah, I'm a little cautious here. A little concerned, because they still have to get through Tex again. Full armor on everybody.
Teleport's ready.
Just trying to see if he can play the timing here, but doesn't need it. His feet can't swing out to try and take that fight. That's his rendezvous down. That was his get out of jail card. Still his players skipping all over the place here, trying to take the fight active towards him as well. That trade is in sight. Vic ISOs it. Lovely movement with the hop up, not quite punished for it.
Giannis has got to do a little bit better than that when the kills are offered to him that easy. C9 get themselves into a really nice position. Nobody particularly in position to even contest on these flanks. They're sending one from each location.
Big map too. It's going to take them a bit of a while, I think.
To be honest, just play for exits at this point,
Yeah,
right? You're covering,
like it, isn't it?
you're covering every exit avenue for Cloud9. You can do some serious economical damage. Even just knocking armor off Oxy, Zepper, Net would be a bit of a win here for Lev.
Let's see if Com can do that damage. There it is, one head found. There's a second. Hold on, they're popping and dropping potentially there, but Com eventually going down here. Lev will make sure to go down to the spike as well, so keeping the money intact for the next round.
Yeah, I think that's nice. I think the only thing that Lev probably would have wanted slightly better is maybe King to have taken contact there with a player.
Sure.
Because dying to spike doesn't get his Viper's Pit online. He was one away there, and it would be lovely to have the pit active in this first real rifle round of Corrode. But nevertheless, great silver lining to that round loss for Lev. They have chunked down a lot of the C9 players who are coming in 3 regen armors, a Guardian. And again, that Viper wall over towards mid, which indicates they're not going to put as much pressure on B, and Lev are ready for it if it does come there anyway.
Yeah. Paranoia being held here. Going to make sure you remove that one flash. Sato. Close quarters here. Someone needs to deal with this dog. He's going to be clearing him off to the side as a Paranoia. Trying to swing through. The satchels are lovely, but still Sato cannot be removed. Cannot be denied. That space claimed and cleaned up in the end by King.
That's incredible spray control. He's getting jostled around by the blast bags. Really nicely played by Oxy. Yet Sato, undeniable. Vic has ultimate, so don't write this round off just yet. If Vic and Net can get into good positions, maybe even find a pick onto Tex, they can always recover this spike.
It's a gap that's been found here by Vic. Just needs access towards it. Tex is the only one holding him back.
This duel
Important
on
fight to be taking on A right now. It all comes down to this one. Vic, not quite aware of it, and suddenly, that's it. A round totaled. And Net slowly being pressed upon. Squeeze from the side, reveals his hand, reveals his position. But no real chance. Not anymore. Look to see if he could do that damage. Just through the wall as well. Tex is still alive, scampering away. Look at this guy. Does not want to give up the fight. He realizes, well, listen, doesn't have the spike, so we've got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Leviatan realized at this point that Net does not have spike. There was a while there where they weren't monitoring B main, but I think we're just going to see the clock tick down at this point.
10 seconds left.
So, a rough start at the moment for C9 on the map that they've selected here. Oxy, with that showstopper they built up fairly early on, but the player's not really with enough cash to be able to supplement this.
No, it's all going wrong for Cloud9 right now. I mean, maybe have to really inspect, I think, this sky that they've decided to opt into. This round here, I mean, Sato, like you said, the spray control is immaculate.
With a Vandal as well,
yeah.
Brent.
Vandal being shot up and pushed up into the air. It's a decent attempt by Oxy to try and push them back. What's he doing? Checking his own score.
He just loves playing to the camera, man. Yeah. He's such a showman. He's increased the vibes on this Lev team enormously. Him and
really
Okeanos.
Yeah.
Credit to both of them.
It's that injection of whimsy and vibes that you get with rookies coming in.
It's quite a nice trip position, actually, from Tex, because even if you get past the smoke...
Tank the level a bit. This is fast, though. Letting loose as well, but the body's trying to fly forwards, at least trying to claim that side. Tex wants to fill in the gaps. Moving around here, and there's no coverage in sight. Mitch is just going for that one here. Now, Lev are happy to help out. Tex still holding it down onto this position. Just baiting out the shots there is Zepper, but really your chances, again, limited here for Cloud9. You're going to have to take this one slowly, step by step. Gonna win out these fights here, front and center. Vic has dominated it, but he's dropped down to 20 health in a 1v2, being surrounded, has the ult. He's going to be able to get out and pivot all the way over towards the B site.
We will get a plant off here. Actually, might get spammed. King has a chance.
Yeah, but
doesn't go for it.
Risk it. Doesn't want to reveal his position anyway. Spotted out anyway. King is there, but he knows he just needs to bide his time. Wait for Com to get into position. Plenty of util waiting for Com to be able to clear out most of the way.
I am surprised that they're not trying to spam Vic. Maybe they haven't got the comm on how low he is.
Finally spotted him out. Vic back against the wall. Nowhere to really run from that point on. This is Leviatan on a real heater at this point. And I gotta say, I mean, at this point, it feels like Cloud9. The Sky experiment, I was hoping it was just going to be a blip on the radar that we would only see on Haven, but opting into it, it's not ideal.
I think the next round is really where that judgment should come through, because this was still just a half-buy round. They had a couple of players with enough money to go for rifles, so there was some threat, but it wasn't the round that they're choosing to fully invest into. That's the next one coming up, where they have the showstopper, one away from the Seekers as well. This is going to define how this first half looks. If Cloud9 lose this one, all right, we can start with the Doomer energy, but I think take a look at how they go past Tex's operator this time.
Yeah, I'll hold my tongue for now.
Toxin screen down.
I do really like where Tex is putting his trip, though, because like I'm saying, this Viper Orb lineup is designed to put pressure on A, but actually Tex can hold it all on his own, because he's never worried that someone's lurking through the orb.
Here it is, pressure applied now. Oxy's forwards! Snappy! Just straight to the dome of Tex, drops him like it's nothing. Zephyr trying to fill things up. He's scurrying around, making all the noise in the world as well. Gives the perfect time for Okeanos to take that fight up, and Sato is already there, instantly on the scene of the crime. Rips off Mitch's head, plays it back with discipline.
Spike planted.
Leviatan, they realize they've got that advantage. No reason to give it up by overstepping themselves. Oxy still with a big ult. You can play more aggro with that showstopper available. It's all about this first shot coming his way, though. That Prowler, the stun ricocheting, and the rocket goes wide. Sato is unleashed right now. So, Josh, Duma?
That's a rough round for C9. That has just sent them into the bin, frankly.
Yeah.
Their economy's now in a rough spot. Okeanos is rubbing his hands with glee.
Yeah.
They're up 5-1. Lev's economy's going to get a massive boost off the back of this. Ult's gone as well. Oxy missing his opportunity on the first shot, taking a bunch of damage as well. The entry was nice. I'm not sure why Zephyr was stomping his way up mid as well.
Yeah,
I was so confused by that.
Gave the perfect timing to Okeanos.
Some nerves perhaps for C9.
It's a little bit odd.
I'm not sure, but Imi's going to hit the tack timeout button. And I think
Come on!
just bears reiterating that sometimes this choking in playoffs narrative can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? If you think about it too much, if you're worried about it too much, suddenly it's rough. And listen, it's not something that we've just made up. I love to invent a narrative, Brent. I love to invent one. But C9, if you look at their playoff matches across stages 1 and 2,
He's been chasing them.
for the last 3 years, they're 1-8 in those playoff matches. You know the one that they won? It was in 2023 to get to Tokyo, and they only needed to win 2 to make it to Tokyo. And they just won the 1. And then they choked at the finish line. So every opportunity, either they've failed to win the games, or they've got close but no cigar.
And all that talk about the parallels between these two teams, that's the one thing that Lev don't have, I think, is the baggage at the back of their mind.
Sure.
Left wondering, oh, can we do this at playoffs? For Leviatan at this point, they've got their best foot forwards. It's full momentum, full throttle.
And
with the addition of these rookies.
It is harder for them to make it to champs, actually, though, right? Lev have to make top 2. Cloud9 can make top 4 if Lev comes third.
Yeah, there's some weird
But
circumstances.
otherwise they have to make top 3.
It's definitely a harder path for Leviatan, but they're not being discouraged by it. And this setup is just going to be all the more harder to try and get past and through. Hit, drop down and through B main. The
That
one and
steel
only
garden.
tool to really clear it, the dog used early.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cloud9 should have a read of what the general setup looks like at the moment. You've got Viper and Fade holding one side of the map, and you've got Tex alone with his op, usually, holding the other. So if you can find out where Tex is and hit him with a Steel Garden, what's he going to do? I mean, Headhunter.
Yeah. Finally taking him through mid, but again, you've just got the one flash, didn't really trigger, still Mitch is there. Does return it with the fire. Forwards with the C's. Potentially a good connection. It's hard to really tell. Okeanos doesn't really swing off the back of this one, but Tex is helping out with the Odin spam, and Okeanos right tuck to the side. It's a 3-piece for him. 6-1. They are packing C9 up.
C9, though, still with the money to be able to buy into the next round. With the Vice Ultimate to be able to work with. The scoreline is getting away from them. And this one, such a great defensive mid from Leviatan.
Yeah.
They've been putting bodies in mid for the majority of this half, and C9 haven't particularly contested it. They've certainly never done anything fast in mid, even with the wall here the whole time. I'm wondering if they should have just kept the wall on B, because at least it was applying some pressure to the site anchors.
Difference in the setup. Takes popping down a trip here.
And look at the nice reposition from Lev, holding off site, away from the Vikesult.
Gardens to C's, and your snake bio going to be used. Actually does even get the connection and the trademark. Oxy slow down to a crawl, lucky that nobody's home. Rest of Cloud9 looking to get back into this one, but Lev want to flood all the way in with that Nightfall. Scatters, getting the connection on. Vulnerable stops them from really stepping past that mark, and King still that one-man army, holding strong in through the back. Needs to hold on to that elbow control. And really, there's no collective effort from Cloud9 to try and clear this guy out. They're just letting him reign supreme. Okeanos is through and out, swinging around. And this is an absolute nightmare situation for Cloud9, but still they batter their way through. Punch a hole in the defense. Leviatan, a retake crumbles just for now, but still King, it's all about a game of timings, and he's just seen it off to the side, clear into the corner. The Shorty deals the damage, and the bullets raining down. Shorty in the hands of Net will finally get the job done and stop that flood of rounds that Leviatan were getting on board.
Every ultimate used there to make sure that Cloud9 could get it across the line. And so crucial from Zeppa and from Net to be able to close. I love the idea from Lev towards the end there. Sato making a huge amount of noise for King to slip in through the back. And King has been hitting some shots. But it is C9 to be able to get one on the board, and a desperate one that they'll need to capitalize on.
That's all we needed, baby. Let's go.
Well, it's a bit of confidence coming out.
Oh my God.
Straight into the round.
140 straight to the dome. Tex lucky that he is still living. Trailblazer forwards. We dealt with, broken up by Okeanos. That pressure towards A has pulled players over, but it's a big map.
It's pulled them out of mid.
Yeah.
But C9 not going in that direction. Looking perhaps for the full group up on the opposite side of the map.
They get a move on, they will find a weaker site.
King at home with a snake bite. And no help. They'll have to play off-site, generally speaking. Although King has kind of been dominating elbow. It's not an area that Cloud9 have been able to take, despite the fact they have flashes, which should be good there.
Yeah, it should be.
Fake ult.
With the TP, yeah, this is going to be causing a bit of confusion, sowing that chaos. You can already see these Leviatan players instantly clearing out towards CT. Lev in his calm, he's the only one home. Holds him back for just a moment before he eventually gets down and traded. And in through Albo, that's the next goal of things. Oxy putting his body onto the line. Vic having to trade it out though, but that stunt is picture perfect. Sato wants to dominate it once more. Taking up control towards it, but tempering it for now. 3v3. How close, Okeanos even finding one of his own. That with his back towards it. Do they hard clear this? Tex looks like he's got his eyes set on towards it, but Zeppa is trying to hold him back for now. That is instantaneous sort of reactions. TP back to the side. It's a 1v1! Oh, and bullets through the wall. Vic barely alive. He's biding his time. It's ticking away from them right now. Okeanos taps, trying to pull him out into the open. Vic, will he bite? Not just yet, as bullets flying forwards. Takes the swing, but into his own smoke to Shorty! Okeanos wants it up close and personal.
Oh, Vic! Not choosing to confidently swing through and take the fight to Oki.
Oh.
Tries to get, I don't know, a compromise. Play the best of both worlds. Get the spammer and survive inside the smoke. Those are the kind of decisive moves that you've got to make in playoff scenarios to get you over the line against good competition. God, this is brutal to watch. 7-2, and Lev steal one away from C9.
Hey, Vic! Hey! Boy!
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're going to be giving it.
Of course they're giving it. Sato and Okeanos are two rookies that are now coming out on stage. 12-6. 9-5. Meanwhile, Oxy's on the other side, 2-9.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm picking out Oxy because he's normally the big player from C9, but it's Vic who loses that clutch as well, you know? There's a big confidence diff on the stage currently.
Definitely so. Caution to the wind here from Cloud9 as Util out on the button still on either side here. Lev using it to push them back. For Leviatan, these rookie players as well. Mentioning they don't have the baggage to prove themselves.
But at the same time, you never know how people are going to perform in big matches.
Sure.
They're untested at this point. But, man, they're coming out strong early, straight out the gate.
Yeah, and Cloud9 taking things straight up the gut here. They want See if they can find some gaps up through mid. Based on the wall timing, Com. His way back. He's already collected 2 of them, though. It's 3 in around 4 and 2 in through spawn. Let's see if it's realized. Okeanos has got gun out, so...
Oh, he's thinking about it.
Yeah, no mistakes being made. Com is making sure that that was clear communication already. Spotting out the player here forwards. Return of the fire, but Tex is already there, available. Ready and waiting. It's 8-2 now. Leviatan in complete control.
And I even like the idea from Mitch. I mean, he's calling something unusual because nothing that they've called as their standard is working. He takes the wall timing, the lurkers go deep, and then when Oxy peaks, that's what you expect the tip of the spear to be. So in theory, it is quite disguised that 2 have already got through.
Come on!
But Okeanos is already looking for it. Just reading it completely. And Imi is burning his 2nd timeout before round 11. That is not a beginning that you want to see for C9 in playoffs. 2 and 10 for Oxy. 3 and 10 for Mitch, picking a really unconventional Sky on Corrode.
Yeah, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, listen, my Corrode knowledge stems from Americas, but it seems like mid, vitally important.
Yeah, I mean,
playing for it quite a bit. Cloud9 haven't really been finding much towards it.
No, I think with comps like this, mid is super important. However, I would have been fine with Cloud9 running their Viper wall on B and trying to do quite a lot of B pops because Tex, in theory, should be a little weaker than a Vice. Like, you might have been able to make an idea like that work. But I do think that if you're committing Viper wall to mid, you kind of need to be taking it quickly with a comp like this. But you'll see the Pacific teams running double duelist, where they're running like a Neon and a Yoru or something, or maybe even a Waylay in the comp. And they can run a lot of side pops with comps like that. These comps, it's harder to run side pops. You want to be splitting through mid usually. C9 Oxy and Lev Sado had the 2 highest kill per round in America's Stage 2.
Side by side.
Yeah, and take a look at the scoreboard now. I mean, there is a large difference.
That's why we were talking about the parallels between them, but this is Cloud9 with emphasis placed towards mid, just when I was talking about it.
And they've scaled quickly, haven't they? They've got deep into position within 10 seconds.
Doesn't anticipate it. It's not going to clear this one. It's close to the corner, and there it is. Snapped to the side by Vic. Highlighted and claiming the kill. Okeanos is next to drop here. Sato, he's late to the party. Will be able to trade this out necessarily. Net is making sure to contain and maintain that composure over towards A main.
A much better round for C9. And that's the difference that a little bit of quick mid control can give you. In this round, Lev not fighting for it as well, which really helps. Cloud9 got it for free. But when Cloud9 haven't been going mid in any of the rounds, this is a very nice adjustment from Imi coming out of the tack timeout.
Yeah, and even that composure's still there for Cloud9. Even though they're down this amount of rounds, still thinking about the big picture.
Yeah.
Final round, making sure that they have Oxy's ult.
And that is really good for Oxy. Remember that that was a priority early on. Oxy was farming ult orbs to get his showstopper up, you know, round 3 or 4. Deaths like that don't matter too much. I mean, we're about to go into round 12. There's going to be a lot of guns online.
Yeah.
So it's all just about whether C9 can convert this into an 8-4 half. 8-4 half and winning a pistol is still probably all right.
Yeah,
especially
it could be back in the game, to be honest.
This is a defense-sided map generally. And so if C9's defense looks a lot better than their attack side, there's still hope out here. But we just don't know because we haven't seen either of these teams playing on Corrode.
Out through mid here. These guns really need to be intact here for Cloud9.
Yeah, it's not too bad though because all 3 of the players that survive still have full armor. So they don't need to rebuy any of that. They can drop a gun over to a teammate and they'll be fine in terms of their economy. They've also got nice ults to be able to play around. Really easy to make a game plan with the showstopper with the Steel Garden. So pressure is actually on Lev to defend this final round. Whenever you're in the lead like Lev are, whenever you're in control of a game, you want to put your foot on the throat. You want to make sure that there is no opportunity for C9 to get back into this one. And hit them early on their map pick.
Back to the well here for Leviatan, early mid-control. It's a flash into your face, but really Sada's already pushed up. Getting a lot of info for the rest of his team. The goal being that B site here for Cloud9. It has been weak ever so slightly if they've been able to get past really King and Com.
Yeah, watch the C's. Can the C's stop Oxy?
Flashes the C's. Connection. Late King! He stands his ground anyway. Instantly dismisses him. That's that sharpshooter gone out of the fight. Cloud9, the lack of firepower, but that Steel Garden. There's a moment just to play in here, but the guns are going to be taken away anyway. Anchor smokes propped up. The ability to play in here, and Leviatan really ingraining themselves now. Dogs and Trailblazers being used to try and clear up a bit of a picture here. Leviatan still swinging out wide. It's a bit messy in the end. Leaves it down to just Tex into that 1v2.
Spike planted.
Heavens are available to him. Plants down, he knows where one of them is, but Mitch takes the swing perfectly. So 8-4. Got to think, as you already mentioned, Josh, you win a pistol in this other half. Cloud9, gonna be happy with it.
Yeah, they can still get back into this one. What a rough half from Oxy. Towards the end, throwing in with his showstopper. Gets swung. Did he get hit by the C's as well? I'm not sure whether it chunked him down there just before. Wouldn't have really made the difference. Phantom bullet straight to the head. And Oki played that as well as he could, but the rest of the C9 working together, getting big value from Net as well, who looks like an anchor for the team right now.
Yeah, well, let's find out if Cloud9 have what it takes to really pull themselves back up by the bootstraps.
I know what you're thinking. Total glow up. What's her secret? Fine, I'll spill. I totally upgraded with Verizon. Everyone gets a free phone with any plan, even if you're already a customer, like me. Now I have Google Gemini. It's like a little glam squad in my pocket. Gemini, what eye makeup goes with this lipstick?
I'd suggest a classic cat eye.
Wow, setting the bar high for daycare pickup. Get in on this.
Time is nigh here for Cloud9 to see if they can put up or shut up here on Corrode for the second half. There's still a chance for them. They're down by 8-4 currently, but a pistol round is the goal. Something that they've been lacking, really, over the course of the stage overall. Leviatan have not. Their win rates are pretty sky high, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the best in Americas at this point.
Yeah, they're through the roof. And it was a King Ace on the pistol. Don't forget it. That took Leviatan through that round and set them off on the right path.
And through mid, a bit of spam over the shoulder here. It doesn't push back these left players entirely. The flash does connect, gets confirmation. Victor, you got a paranoid close in their faces and a swing through. This is a nice reclearance out by Cloud9. TP back, King was really just left to the wolves. Lev have been creeping their way up forwards past this A main point. But a crossfire setup here from Cloud9. They have that connector control. Vic's just looking for the right time to strike to push past potentially this smoke here. As soon as Zephyr takes it, yeah, it's a 3-2-1 and a swing forward push past it. And Cloud9 have got what they came for. Flawless round on round 13 and potentially hope in their hearts.
Seizing control of the tempo of that round as well. They chose the timing to fight in mid. They chose the timing to refight over towards A main as well. That's not a scared team. That might be a team that's starting to believe.
Yep.
And I think they've got some of that. I mean, you know when you're just having an absolutely terrible game and getting any level of kills gets you excited?
Sure.
That's Oxy popping off right there. He doubled his kills.
I'm back,
I'm back, baby, I'm back.
You see it, man. It is good to see it. Energy's back up for them, but that is an overload of util. Kitchen sinks being lobbed at these Cloud9 players, and Nade in response just to return the fire. That's one of the benefits of running the sky. Get that heal back as well and doing a bit of that chip damage that was sent flying forwards. Lev will look to explore, see if they can take some liberties. Already Tex is laying claim to most of mid. Mitch with the reclear of the dog. Needs to be broken by his teammates. He calls for it. Slips his way further in. Jump spot by Mitch. I don't know if he's seen him.
Yeah, this is a dangerous position. It's also one that they can really activate on the B-lurk. I mean, if Mitch goes down,
Yeah, if he pushes
Suddenly-
forwards. Footsteps heard, mass rotations.
Oh, wow, he's got such a backstab timing.
Yeah, this
The,
is
the rest of his team just needs to pause.
potentially amazing. He's got a headhunter, 3 bullets to do work with. He might get backstab himself though as well. It's long rotations on a map like this. Missed the timing on this. Zeppa's going back up towards mid here. Sato spots it out. Not a lot of Uto to really take this fight forwards. As Tex missed the timing off the back of it. Blinded up, Sato tucked to the corner, tight towards it. And Tex, he needed to deliver. But those are the hardest shots to hit when nobody's looking at you. Just like this, Cloud9 will be happily mopping up the remnants, cleaning up the stragglers. Even a cheeky attempt by Okeanos is dismissed.
God almighty. Don't put that one in the replay.
No, do not.
We were building it up so much. It looked like Tex.
I'm not going to lie, it's looking like me out there.
I mean, he had the chance to be able to make the play. He did kind of struggle to catch the timing as well. C9 were always one step a little too fast for him. It is a really big map.
Yeah.
But in the end, C9 come in. No!
He does take his time with the first shot, and
He
it just
does.
goes wide, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, heartbreak. Could have been something very different.
In the end, though, Cloud9 getting closer. And if they've got a good idea on this bonus, suddenly we've got ourselves a serious match.
Yeah, we're back in it.
Gotta go.
Lev have got to fend this one off. Are they going for fast mid control? Yes.
Deep stack of these bodies here. The Horn is actually revealing quite a bit there. Planning up a few of them.
Double flash reclear for Cloud9.
It is one blind, here's the second. Seas comes out, but an aid into the corner. Sato is forced to push forwards, press. Potential advantage that might be there. Bullets flying forwards, flash over the top. There's a connection, but it's a team blind as anything still. It's Cloud9 that are in complete control of this one. They've got this one locked down out through mid, but Tex has found his opener. Zeppa's gone down out towards this B site, and he's called for the team to try and back him up.
Tex is just waiting. Doesn't want to take too much space, but knew that all 3 of the players were in mid. Should have had that comm from the rest of his team. But plays with patience, securing the space. And now it's a pretty pure 3v3. And no flashes remaining for C9 on the retake.
Trailblazer clears out in through elbow now. Getting a move on now, scurrying forwards. Snakebite will slow down the approach. Cloud9 looking to try and take this one. Mitch, that was a solo fight, but he wins it out versus King anyway. Nice train to the sky here from Tex. He's trying to slip his way past this one, see if he can find that moment to strike. Mitch just baiting, stray shots going side to side. Vic even claims one of his own here, but Com is left to do it all. And from the top, Oxy will able to claim it. Standing up as well, you can feel it. The Cloud9 players, that's a lot of energy they've got coming into this one with that bonus conversion. Now just trailing 1 round.
Yeah, I think they've really picked up their energy and the self-belief. Like, the way that they're pushing forwards together and holding for each other is applying a huge amount of pressure to Lev. They're doing this double flash reclear, seeing the value from the sky on the defense side. And that's making it very difficult for Lev to take mid. And even in this situation in a 3v3, the raw team play of the spacing and the trading carrying them through. It is still the Lev players at the top of the scoreboard, but the scoreline's about to even up. And Zeppa is also 1 away from a Steel Garden too. C9 have been pretty good about getting the right ults online at the right times.
That jostle for mid control. There's some value in the sky. Tended flying forwards after the Horn was already dealt with. They get acknowledgement that no one was posted up in bottom mid. They're just loitering for now. A lot of noise being made by Tex. Bloody hell. Hearing the scuffle onto the boxes, just spamming him down.
Oxy, though, is very deep. This is a position that you would expect a Yoru to play when they've got a gate crash to escape. Oxy's going to be super committed in this spot.
Gonna be able to give a lot of mid-round information if there's even a footstep heard. Net just ADS'd up. Flux Tex out of the picture. There you go. Prowler connects onto the one side of things. Has to be that Uto used him kind paranoia. Clears Com back out of it. Now Lev want to try and take this one all the way towards B. They haven't cleared one side of the site though. Net is really ingrained and he could be in a dangerous position, but still it's space given up now. Opened up for the rest of his team. Still has a bullet to the side of the head, up towards the top there, trying to take this one to that high-low, but revealed out into the open. Sato, it's a shot to the dome. Mitch is gone, and he's almost anticipating it. The late rotate from Zeppa. Aim train just for a moment.
Oh, what a timing.
The timing might have just been missed here. Backs towards it, the tap forwards. Who's going to be taking that first contact? Slipping from behind. Zeppa is right there with him. Sato has already claimed it and now making moves around. Rifle in his hands. A tap from Zeppa again. Trying to pull this young gunner out into the open. Slide into the side. Zeppa!
Yeah, he's got it. He's there.
Oh.
Danger navigated and plenty of time on the clock. But Sato almost got away with murder on that one. It seems like Oki's giving it from across the stage as well. Bit of a nervous breath there from Sato as he collects himself ready for the next round. But that was really close to being a thrifty in favor of LEV. Value from the haunt, double-faced into Vic. All came down to whether Sato hit that on the slide. Net is giving it to Oki.
It's back and forth. Back and forth, man. That's what you want to see.
That is good to see, honestly, because we know that LEV have been giving it all stage. Like, if you missed it, the game that LEV played against Crew in the groups was like that constantly. Every round, screaming at each other.
When you think about it, players like Okeanos, like Sato, have been looking on the sidelines at Tier 1 for quite some time.
Yeah.
Just chomping at the bit to get their time in the sun.
But for C9, the reason that I like it from them as well is it just keeps that energy high.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something that they looked like they were struggling with a little bit at the start of this game. Maybe it's just a difference in terms of the sides, though. I think it looks like they've put a bit more time into their defense as well. The Sky has a very clear job of what they want it to do on the defense side, whereas on the attack, it was just like...
I mean, they were throwing out flashes.
Yeah, it was just like a bit of a worse fade, I think, on the attack side.
Yeah.
But on defense, these flashes are really catching people. Tex is going to pick up an attack op here. Not quite sure what the game plan is, because everywhere that C9 fight, as we've been talking about, there's flashes that go first. So I'd imagine Tex will find it a bit difficult, but he is over towards B, and C9 look like they want to fight this. So maybe just looking to pick off Zeppa early.
Plays there. Hold on, that's an early pop-off. Sato with the overdrive. Not sure if that was intentional, because it's already going to be fading away. And okay, well, get out of there. Tex straight away into the corner, but that rocket, yeah, it's just going to be collecting you anyway. Tucked tight to the side there. Now Cloud9 immediately vacate that space, realizing that Cloud are going to have to re-clear it.
Yeah, so a wasted ult on the side of Leviatan, and a perfect ult to be able to set C9 up for the 5v4.
A few mistakes now rearing its head from these LEV players. Walking their way up here. Net has to hold them back away from mid. Taking that fight in the angle. It's good movement from Sato. Offsets it. The aim was a jar there from Net, and now full steam ahead. Stuns, ricocheting. Sees on top of it. Vic will just try and escape the ire. Coming his way, but he is surrounded. Paranoia swoops forwards. King has to be stationary. Vic is still active. Fighting over this one. Trying to at least see if his team can find a way back in through CT. King ends up winning that one out anyway. Still forwards anyway with the ults. With the steel garden overlapped. And a fight towards Alba was called for. Cloud9 overwhelmed us with their presence. Plenty more where that came from. Might have these sound cues cut away, but they're going to be fading right back into it once more. And Comp, you to really make a play here. It's that double face. Oxy putting his body onto the line to ensure that his team claims that round.
And I'll remind you how Oxy began. He's very close now to getting an even KD. So that shows you what he's been like in this half. To recover, I can't remember exactly what he was at, but like 2 and 9, 2 and 10, something like that.
Yeah.
And now he's at 11 and 13. So they're getting way more value out of this guy on the defense side. And C9 taking the lead.
One enemy
Did not look like a reality whatsoever.
Nice, baby! Let's go! Let's go!
On their attack. 5 rounds in a row, LEV are under enormous pressure now.
Losing track of the map. It's all been Cloud9 since the second half. Was it the Prowler? It's lacking a little bit of oomph to try and take that mid control. Just puts a bit of pressure onto these Cloud9 players, and they hold their ground as well. Treble is going to be used to re-clear this one. It's a fast play towards B, but a sheer wall is going to be cutting up and dividing up. Sato will wait for the rest of his team. He's ISO'd onto the fight. Zeppa happy to capitalize off of that one. A nade sails forwards. Perfect timing on it. Just as that wall drops down, players and bodies trying to get themselves into the action and into the fray, but they are just going straight into the blender. Cloud9 got this one locked down entirely through that choke point. No, Keanu's can only do so much.
Cloud9 stacking 3 bodies in mid, double flash, winning the mid fight every single time. LEV don't know how to challenge it. They've got no idea. And so LEV are getting funneled into these B pops where they have to go through Viper walls, thorns. They've got to go through the Vice wall as well.
Yeah.
Just completely isolating Sado from the rest of the team.
It's a really tough map to work. It really is.
Well, they're also having to gamble a little bit of which site is going to be easier between B and A.
I mean, if you try and slow play, trying to work the map, bait out this Vice wall, which has now moved over towards A.
Exactly.
You're really bleeding a lot of time off the clock.
I think Leviatan have got to start, if they're giving up on mid completely, they've got to start defaulting over towards B and jump spotting around the choke point to see if the Vice wall is there. And if it isn't, you can maybe hit. They've got to start to get some info on where the Vice setup is.
As U2 primed in the hands. Looking for a refight up towards mid. Smoke props up. Horn forwards as well, dividing one level of it. Sato creeps forwards, but this is a bloodbath waiting to happen. And it is Vic who claims the first life. Mitch pops out towards the side. And Oxy wants his fair game and fair share of the bloodshed that's being laid down towards his mid angle. Still Okeanis is alive and kicking. King is there alongside him. Helps him out.
They might have overfought that just a tad there, C9. Trying to take the fight a long time after the paranoia had put pressure on those players. Good swing from King as well. And Oki has been playing well.
2v2 going straight into Zeppa. It's all about reaction times here. Pixel of an angle. Lays down the bullets. Doesn't play it, overplay it, at least with his life. And he needs to get the hell out of there. Being chased down here. Steps forwards even. Maybe potentially even getting it into that 1v1 now. Tex. Tap. Nerves potentially playing a part. Full stick now. Commits into it. Has no idea where Net could be. Lying in wait. Creeping ever so closer.
This reposition, though, into elbow does make things a little safer for Tex. And he could find the timing. He's just missed it.
Yeah, Net is already past it. Through main, but it is Net with the time pressure on him. Has to be the first player to tap. Both players left guessing. Net sticking, already gaining up half. Going the full mile out wide! And Tex should have been set up prime and ready, but Net is the one to dismiss him entirely.
Net has been such a rock for the rest of C9 to rely on during this game. He's been bringing the energy. He's been stepping up in big moments.
Where was I?
Got the best KD of any of the players.
Yeah.
And this fight over towards mid. This time Lev trying to challenge it. Barely came out on top. And Net is so calm in that spot. Very, very different team to the one that began here on Corrode.
You want to play? Let's
Leviatan
play.
trying to throw absolutely anything at the wall, seeing what sticks at this point, but they haven't got a round on this half.
They've just got no answers. And this time, they're going into the Vice setup again.
Yeah, Thorn's dead and nice and early. Bullets already raining down through the choke point. Tex can't even get anything done with this. Tour de force in his hands, but he's out wide into the open. Shots fired. Nade rebounds. He's a bit of a swing and an attempt from the rest of his team, but Oxy doesn't want to open himself up here. Flash and a paranoia. Hard committed. Swinging out wide, but there's danger there. Tex locks onto the dome. Mitch is going to be obliterated on the opposite side of mid, and now Lev could take it into a different direction.
That's the first time that Cloud9 have kind of misfired on their double flash reclear. They thought there were more bodies in there than just Tex. Kind of read that Lev were going back into a mid-take after baiting out the Vice wall. And now, despite baiting the Vice wall and getting the Thorns gone on A, they're going back into B. So pressure is back onto Net. Snakebite in hand, the Thorns to help. But he's doubling up, quadrupling up in mid with the rest of the team.
Still gets the one. He's traded out here. This is fast now from Leviatan. They realize it. They've got a moment to strike. The time is now. Forwards is the play. Sees as well to really lock out Cloud9 and able to really step past this boundary. Snakebite is an extra level of it.
Welcome to
Leviatan, it's a pit drop down. At this point, Cloud9 might just want to take it and save these guns away. As much as they've got money.
Yeah, they do actually have a lot of cash. I mean, it's better, in my opinion, to try to put pressure on Lev's economy. But that might mean flanking all the way around and just playing exits. But you definitely want to be trying to get guns out of Leviatan's hands here.
That's the goal for Cloud9.
So, pressure going to be on players like Com and King to evacuate. Oh, they're not going towards B main. They're going through Zeppa.
Zeppa, he doesn't even get the one.
You still need to survive here.
Yeah, get away from the spike here.
They're fine.
Definitely fine for now. So LEV finally break this string of rounds. More than a string at this point, it's a flood of them.
Well, it's the first time that King has successfully found the Vice setup, baited it out, and they've been able to pick off some players in mid without getting caught. So they're starting maybe to get a read on the tempo that Cloud9's playing at, but they've got to do a lot more of this baiting out the Vice setup. The C9 are relying so much on Zephyr to just lock down one part of the map. This is an adjustment immediately, though, for Cloud9. Not fighting on mid. Stacking on the Vice setup to try to get a punish in case King leads his team over here, and that's exactly what's happening.
Into the bodies. Potential blender occurring here. Wide face in the end. Now Paranoia sweeps forwards anyway. Pushes them back, and the final bullet connects to the dome. Sato opened up potentially this A side, but Leviatan not willing to rush into anything.
This is what won it for them last time. A bit of calm, a bit of patience in the mid-round. Cloud9 are going to want information. Or to play a site for retake, which is kind of what they did in the previous round as well. Played B for retake, couldn't get back into Flood. Net was busy in mid. Kind of looks like he's doing the same thing now. Trying to cover mid while the rest of his team stack on A. And there is a timing right now for LEV to hit B.
Definitely is. It was a half-hearted re-clear from Cloud9. There's still...
Net is actually getting back into position a bit earlier this time, though. He'll have the snake bite.
Drops it anyway. That's off intuition. The util is going to be coming out exact same time of things. On in through the back. Prowler out to the side. A flash is good. Good connection. Sato blind as anything. Can't really stand his ground against it. And Oxy happy to supplement. Donated a choke point. Nobody could cross past this. Leviatan. They had their chance and they've missed it. 1v2 here for Tex. Has the get out of jail card. As I say that, it's forced into that 1v1, but you got to think Net should be favored. Tex logs in and shuts me up.
He's screaming across the stage. What a 1v2 for Tex. The Red Bull clutch to carry Leviatan into double digits. They needed that.
They definitely did.
A 12-9 scoreline, I just don't think they would have had it. And what a toss this would have felt like after such an incredible defense half. But LEV has come up with magic. How has he managed to find this kill on Net when Net was covering that side of the orb?
Yeah. Just
and Oki as well. I didn't even realize they're both giving it.
Yeah. Energy is powerful right now between these two teams. They've got everything to play for. Flash, no connection. Level waiting for it. Now their time to strike is nigh, potentially. A lot of damage, a lot of bullets spraying down into these bodies. And with the curtain dropping, it's a double face in towards the corner. Vic is still there. TP, they're trying to evacuate. Paranoia, though, it's up into his face. And he knows it's tucked into the corner. TP's past each other. It's King who cleans him up.
That's crazy behavior. And now it's kind of isolated Mitch here. Net just covering that connector, but Mitch is kind of going walkabout in mid.
Head on a swivel. He's going to try and find where these players are.
He's caught a timing. They just don't expect this guy to go walkabouts.
Why would you? All the way behind him here. Question is, can he strike while the iron is hot? Leviatan, they hold, wait.
They got no clue.
Here.
Reaction. Oh, no way. Potentially. Twisting, turning, two players in for the main choke. Waiting, biding his time. Mitch, it is picture perfect. Patience played to that perfection. And just like that, we see a mass evacuation. Okeanos has got the ult, wants to pivot over towards the B side. A lot of util though waiting for him. Will be received as a thorn at your feet to TP up towards heaven. Fast and loose is the way that this is being played by LEV now. They've got one player ingrained into mid. That is going to be King. Has to put a stop to it.
Going to hear all of these footsteps. Does he want to try to take a time in? Pick off someone from the back.
Yeah, Cloud9 are playing this one together, making sure that they can try and trade each other out. Mitch just takes the fight anyway, straight up, wins it. Okeanos left on 10 HP. He'd need a miracle. He'd need it now, but it's not happening. Not anytime soon. Cloud9 get to 12.
What a round from Mitch. When everything went wrong with the mid-fight, chaos from the rest of his team, he decides to just step up and take a timing. Sneaking his way down mid. Both Omens just doing the best that they possibly could in that spot, but here it is. The patience played as well. Beautiful trigger discipline.
What a run back here from Cloud9. From 8-4 to this. On the precipice now, taking map 1 here. This playoff game, our opening match in Americas. Leviatan looking to dig deep. We're up against ultimates. Foxy looking to the sky, looking to pre-aim the horn that potentially would come over. Flash gives acknowledgement. No one's pushed past that smoke. Let's look to do it anyway. That's just a dry peek anyway. Overdrive popped off. Sano, he's taking matters into his own hands. He stunned himself up, and a rocket will take him out anyway.
Look at Com.
Disastrous here. Com trying to squeeze, but it's all disjointed in the end. Leviatan are crumbling. When the pressure mounts, it all becomes a little bit too much, and it's up to King, veteran presence on this team, to carve out a path to success.
They're so weak. Tex and King between them, with barely any health. Cloud9 1 away, running it all the way back. They were down 8-2 at one point. They managed to pull things into a winning position. And now look at this, LEV feeling like they need to contest a pit. Net with a chance to just win the round outright, but noise
38
made.
seconds left.
How? I mean, you've barely got time.
You have to run
Barely.
a marathon to get to the A site, and it's already being...
They have double flash.
seconds
They have dog. They have everything.
Looking nigh impossible. 25 seconds left. What direction are you sending it into? Time, pressure is against you now. The call is made. We're going to send it over towards B. Again, you've got to get a move on here, Leviatan. Losing track of the win cons in a moment here. And Oxy has that watchful eye once more, watching to see if he can put death blow after death blow. And with an ace to finish, this kid is back in action.
Cloud9 secure their map pick of Corrode. An aggressive